Roger, we are green light for extraction. Ammo weapons resupply inbound.
Lies on HVT, going loud.
Hey guys, I'm Prodigy from Airsoft Team Kilo 23. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mechbox. Today, we're checking out the Echo1 SOB1. This is a pretty awesome gun. I just tried it out. Accuracy and range is phenomenal. Shooting about 380 feet per second. Now today we're going to get some gameplay on this and actually see how the gun shoots, how accurate it is with the ranges, and how it just performs overall the stock MP5 from Echo1. When it's a gameplay video, then we're going to check out the internals on the workbench. So let's get to it. Gameplay.
This is not fun. I'm not having fun at all. I feel like Black Hawk Down. Check it. They're dead. They're gonna be spawned. Give me cover fire! Hopefully this stays cover fire! Cover fire on that!
Cover fire on that tree for him! He's gonna throw a grenade!
All right.
So, Aaron, what'd you think of the Echo1 SOB1?
Well, this gun, I'd recommend it. It has a nice punch to it. This stock I did very well. Like the range, it can go as far as like my Soak 16 I have that's made by SEMA. And other than that, I like the body pin. You need to watch out for that. Check it before you use it in the field, because we had to repair it with a stick.
So we were playing out there and I was filming and just out of nowhere body pin falls out and the gun falls in like 5-6 pieces. It was really bad. We had about 10 minutes into the game and it just fell apart. So we actually found a stick that fit the hole. And we got it back together on the field in mid gameplay under fire, and that was interesting.
Yeah.
But
no, overall though, it performed spectacular, just stock.
yeah, just watch out for that body pin.
Yeah.
Body pin needs sights. Does not come with iron sights at all.
I would also recommend getting a riser for the sights because, as you can tell, it's kind of low from what, at least for me, it is.
So let's go to the tech table, take this thing apart, and actually see what's inside of it. It was shooting about a 380, 390 when I chroned it earlier. So let's go in and see what's really behind this gun. Thanks, Aaron.
No problem.
Now, that was a really interesting game of Airsoft. What was going on is we were playing a game called Tag, where you start out in groups of 8, and that is your team. Basically, to get other people onto your team and dominate the game, you have to shoot them and then go over and tag them. So it ends up being a really fast-paced, hectic game. Just in the beginning there, Aaron ended up laying down on the ground just to not get shot at because there was this massive crossfire going on over us. It was just crazy. But nonetheless, the Echo1 SOB1 performed beautifully. It's a fantastic gun, but before we check it out on the tech table, check out this hoodie. This is one of Airsplat's hoodies. Now you can get these in a lot of different sizes. I'm sure one will fit you guys. This is just a cool hoodie, is it not? It's got a tack vest design on it. It's made by the same makers that make the Old Navy clothing. It's really good quality. It's actually very warm. I love the color of it. It's got a good design. You got stuff down either sleeve. You got the Airsplat logo here. So let's check out the Echo1 SOB1 on the table. Before we get to the gearbox, we can check out the hop-up chamber and a few other things about the gun. Hop-up chamber is a little different from other MP5s. To access the hop-up, you just pull back the fake bolt, and you've got this little adjustment arm here. Now, it's actually pretty loose, so I might have to put a shim on this pin here and make it a little tighter. Now, this is different from most other MP5 hop-ups, so replacement parts might be a little hard to find. The crowning at the end of the barrel is actually pretty nice. Now, it looked, when I took the barrel out, like Echo1 had actually used Loctite to try to keep the barrel in place, which didn't really have any effect because I was able to pull the barrel and the bucking right out. It's right around this little ring here. It looks like the ring is pretty stuck, but the barrel came out pretty freely. This does have the Mad Bull orange bucking. Echo1 started using these buckings, and they are fantastic. They get very good air seals, and they obviously do help with the accuracy quite a bit. We were getting some fantastic range and accuracy out there, even with .2s. We had this gun on 0 hop, and the .2s were sailing at least 160, 170 feet. The motor in this gun is a definite plus. It's got the Echo1 logo on both sides. It's got a lot of torque when you rotate the pinion gear. I think this motor can easily pull probably a 140 or 150 spring without a problem. It's not as powerful as aftermarket high torque motors, but it's got a lot of torque and it can easily pull the stock spring that's in there. Now, in taking this gun apart, I did notice that the black connector terminal was pretty mangled, the motor pin, and it's just about ready to fall off, so I'm going to have to replace that. For people that are inexperienced working on guns and replacing parts like this is not a good thing at all. Now, if you have to replace a pin like this, what I recommend doing is going to your local hardware store and picking up a box of these .110 connectors. They're pretty inexpensive. You need the female version. You can get a box of 60 for about $5 or $10. They're not very expensive, and heat shrink is equally inexpensive. Now, the gun will come with a MIDI to MIDI connector already installed. Now, that'll hook on to the 8.4 volt nunchuck battery that's included with the gun, and it gives a very good rate of fire. But I elected to install a male Dean's connector on this gun. Also, the wiring on this gun is 18 gauge. There is no fuse in this gun. As usual, Echo1 has included their trades on just about every part of this gun. Now, one thing I did want to touch on is if you do need to replace the lower receiver, I have had MP5 pistol grits, the screw holes and those strip out before. So if you need a replacement, go pick up an ICS lower receiver. This is compatible with ICS, not Tokyo Marui clones. Now, with the gearbox open, we can go ahead and start to examine everything. Now, this gun has really a lot to offer. Just like most other Chinese guns, remember the shimming and the greasing might not be the best, but the parts overall are pretty good quality. Now let's go ahead and check out the spring and spring guide first in this gun. The spring feels like maybe an M115 or M120 spring. It is a regularly pitched spring, so there are no sections with tighter coiling. It's a completely linear spring. The spring guide is a metal version 3 bearing spring guide. The shaft and the plate are metal, and it does have bearings, so it's a good thing. Now, the weird thing is, this is a version 3 spring guide in a version 2 gearbox. Next, we can take a look at the air compression system. The cylinder head on this gun has one O-ring and a rubber damper in there. It is a plastic, so it doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the gearbox with the piston hitting on it, which is a good thing. The cylinder is maybe a Type 2 or Type 3. Could probably handle a slightly longer barrel than the 229mm MP5 barrel that's in there. You could probably put in a 300mm barrel and get a little bit more FPS out of this gun, right around 400, maybe 420 at the most. The air nozzle and tappet plate are both a clear plastic. Tappet plate is pretty flexible, which I always like, and the nozzle is a regular MP5 nozzle, and there is no O-ring inside of it. Now the piston and piston head are both about the same plastic as the cylinder head, but obviously it's not clear like the tappet plate and nozzle. The piston head is very similar to what Cymer produces, CYMA or CYMA, whatever you want to call them. The piston head is ported, so that's a good thing. The piston also is plastic, and it does not have bearings, it's just got that big lug in the back there. Now the air seal in this gun is okay, but it's not perfect. You could probably do a little better by upgrading this piston head. Now we can move on to the gearbox shell. The gearbox shell outside is painted black, and the inside is just the regular kind of silverish chrome. Now I like it when companies do not paint the insides of gearboxes. It tends to make the tolerances a little tighter. Now, this gun does come with 7mm bearings. These are the regular Echo1 bearings they put in a lot of guns. Now if you haven't noticed, Echo1 and a lot of other Chinese companies tend to use this really gunky green lubricant. It works alright as a lubricant, but it does tend to slow your rate of fire, and to be honest, it just looks like toothpaste. And one thing I'm kind of curious about, the inside of the gearbox shell says CM1. I wonder. Now, just like a lot of other Chinese guns, the shimming on this gun needs a little bit of work. The gear heights are pretty good. They're very, very close, which is a good thing. But there's too much wobble between the bushings, which can result in breakage over time. So I'm going to go ahead and re-shim this gun. Now, Echo1 gears are always fantastic. I've always really been a fan of Chinese-made gears. They're always great quality. It can handle pretty high power springs. Finally, we can take a look at the electrical system on this gun. Now, it's alright. The soldering is just fine. The electrical switch is actually pretty good quality. I wouldn't run a LiPo battery on this, though. It probably will melt the plastic and cause things just to break in general. I would probably not run more than a 9.6 volt battery on this gun. On airsplat.com, this gun is going to run you $249.99. It's an alright setup, it's a very hefty gun, and the internals seem pretty strong. There are a few things I would touch on. I would just double check to make sure they're good quality when you get the gun. Overall, I like the Echo1 SOB1. It's a very good feeling gun. I like having a crane stock on my MP5. It's a little bit different. The internals are good. They could use a little bit of tuning, maybe an upgrade or two. If you guys like Inside the Mechbox, go check it out at youtube.com/airsplat.com or go to airsplat.com. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Prodigy from Airsoft Team Kilo 23. Thanks again, Aaron, for showing us some awesome gameplay. Go out there and play some Airsoft, guys.